All right, Daniel, let me start criticizing or critiquing, whatever you want to call it, reviewing your store. Now, I'm going to bounce around just as things take me different places. Now, I popped up in your homepage, right? Just clicked on the link you gave me, and the first thing I see is this pop up. And it's the details, man, right? It's the details. So here, right, this little wrapping kind of thing, it just doesn't lay out right. It's those little details. There's bigger things than that. But here's the thing. I love that you're giving away something free. Get your free copy. I assume this is an ebook or a PDF. You send them once they put in their email. That's nice, but just fix that little thing right there. So now let's look at your store, and I'm going to start by looking at a product page. Let me just click here and go to. You only have a total of 9 products in your store. I mean, that makes life super easy. If you only have 9 products, super easy. So let's see what we got here. We're selling a broccoli starter kit. So I guess we're growing our own broccoli, which I had no idea that this site was about. We'll get back to that later. Yeah. So this is confusing. Right away, I have no idea what I'm buying. Right. So now, with your audience, maybe they understand this. But here's the thing: most store owners I talk to, like, oh yeah, my customers understand that. Like, no, the customers you talk to understand that. Your 5% of enthused, engaged people understand it. The 99%. And you said you have a 0.87 conversion rate or something like that. So the 99.2% that are leaving don't understand it, right? So I'm not a fan of buy now, by the way. It's just, there's 2 options. Like, every time you give a customer a choice, there's a potential for confusion, and confusion means I leave, right? So you're actually going to see me talk about making choices clear, absolutely. But I also like the idea of removing a choice if we don't need to have the customer make a choice. There's no need for this here. Right? I don't know if customers understand the difference between a buy now and add to cart. I always just have the add to cart buttons. So broccoli starter kit. Now, traditionally, this image is always over here, so I'm just thrown off because it's not the same, right? But let's see what we can figure out about what this product is. That's my first image that tells me what I'm buying, right? This should be your first image. I should not have to scroll to 4 images to understand what I'm buying. On this one here, I really, and why it's at an angle like that, I don't know if that you're being artistic there, because the angle actually throws me off, right? This looks like some sort of, kettle or jug or whatever you want to call it. I'm assuming this is a stand that goes on for whatever reason, but it's at an angle, so I think it's like a tumbler or something instead of a jug. I'm just confused. So this, to me, now I see a jug in a stand. Now, I like the fact we have a little icon or a infographic here with text saying you get a seed packet. Hey, you get a Spout sprouting kit. That's just trying to be too damn cute. Spout sprouting. That's like, it's hard for me to say, right? And then the sprouting ship. So here I see what I'm buying finally, and I can start to maybe understand. Now here again, we got this, and I'm going to say stupid artistic photo, because this is not how you use the product. It's like looking at a car ad, and the car is at a 45-degree angle. Cars don't do that, right? So I don't understand what this thing is. If I see this in that, like here, maybe I'm going to understand it better. Let's keep going. How many of these things do I get in my kit? Yeah, your photos are very confusing. Now, the good thing is you're spending the time and energy making a bunch of photos, right? You've got infographics. You've got what I'm going to call lifestyle photos, or end, the end goal. So here, so this is something I'm just connecting dots on. So I've eaten Sprouts before, right? Back back when I used to live in Seattle, in Bellingham, even up north of Seattle, there was this one Sam's place. Sprouts on everything. I get Sprouts. I didn't realize, so I'm guessing here, Sprouts are actually from broccoli. I didn't know that, right? So here's the thing: when I'm looking at this, I think I'm growing heads of broccoli, but am I actually growing sprouts? So you can see here, like, I am super freaking confused, right? And this product page needs to stand alone. You need to be able to send people to this page and say, buy my product, right? Now, that's not to say you want them to other parts of your site. You absolutely will. But this page needs to stand on its own and sell the product. People need to understand what they're buying, what the value prop is, what they're getting in the package, what their options are, all the benefits. You're doing that, but I'm just going to say you're assuming way too much knowledge about your customers, right? So here, Spout, I guess, this is the Spout, right? So your whole brand is this product. And this is the broccoli starter kit, which is going to get me, so I'm going to grow sprouts in this thing somehow. And I don't see how that works. Let's actually see if we can see, so that people read results. So more photos that, and once again, like, if you actually grow your sprouts at an angle like this, that is great, but I don't believe that, right? And that's just because here we go, finally. So the amount of soaking time of the seeds is specific to their type. The sprout scoop and the seed label instructions. All right. If the sprouts begin to clump together, break. So you do put it at an angle there. A few hard shakes, then apply. All right. I finally understand. So that was when I click on ready. Oh, that's awful. That is awful. Yeah, well, and why that's awful, right? You did not tell me you were going to do that. Here, add to cart. I know what I'm doing. On this one here, you added to cart and took me straight to checkout, which I did not realize. So I'm ready. I thought would take me back to the top, right? So that's very, very deceiving. And by the way, I am super critical, as you can tell. I'm only pointing out all the negatives, right? Because I'm here to help you improve your store. I'll talk in the end or along the way about what's done well. Like, you're doing a great job with content, and I'm going to nitpick the hell out of it. So just because everything I say is negative doesn't mean your whole site's negative. Is my uber point there. So this finally makes me begin to understand, right? So soak and strain, shake, rinse and repeat, reap and heap. What I'm missing here is a time frame, and I saw somewhere. There was days. See, nutritious sprouts grow 4x the amount of fresh nutritious sprouts in less than 30 seconds a day. Grows 1 to 2 servings per day. So that, once again, is also deceiving to me. So, grow 4x the amount of fresh nutritious sprouts in less than 30 seconds. That's what I read, right? And I'm like, I get sprouts in 30 seconds? This is freaking magic. And now I'm saying, oh, no. I got to pick this thing up and shake it for 30 seconds once a day. What I still don't see, you are days away. How many days does it take to grow a freaking sprout? Please, just tell me. It doesn't. All right. So, just reading some stuff here. Yeah, includes everything you need to create your first 4 to 5 harvests, right? And you're saying spout, 1 pound of broccoli seeds, sprout scoop. See, you're doing the right stuff here. What I was about to say is, this, you need to say what's in it. So this includes, I would put this underneath it, right? Includes boom, boom, boom. You're getting these three things. And what I love is, let's actually see what's in my cart, right? Oh, that's interesting. You took me to the checkout a minute ago, but that didn't put it in my cart. So now I got two of them in checkout, but I'm in shop. Oh, that's that freaking shop thing. Let's see if I go back here. There's two in my cart in your store. Now if I go back, yeah, there's something wrong with your cart, I think. All right, let's just see what happens if we go cart. Yeah, so and now it registers up here. So there's something going on with the drawer cart where it's not registering properly. So you might want to check that out. So back here. Yeah, I think your icon, right? You're using it two places. A little bit of overkill. I think you're trying too hard to be cute. This branding here does not evoke this branding here. And why does the Sprout have a shield? Is he Captain America of Sprouts? It's cute for the sake of cute. It's not adding value to the story, right? And it's actually confusing me, as I mentioned, because we're growing sprouts here. We're not growing full, whatever we call stalks of broccoli. Now let me see what this does. Yeah, same comment. You know what I'm going to say about that. Yep. You've got 14 different ways to say I'm deceiving you about buying this product right now. And when people do that to you, the customer's going to go, oh, I don't like that. I wasn't expecting that. I'm out of here. Now, by the way, I'm watching this photo here. Watch how gingerly she puts that down. Like, ooh, I got, just perfectly. That to me makes it seem like, because I was saying this doesn't look like the way it gets used, although it is, and I'm watching her put that down, and that gives me less confidence that this thing is actually designed well, right? Like, for example, on that this little thing here, if it had a little notch in the little lip that this handle would go in or something like that, and not that we're here to design the product, but just reinforcing that whole, I think this whole angle thing is very confusing. And it just, so I thought that was confusing, but I get if that's the way it is, that's the way it is, great. But then I see her gently drop it down there, and she, like her hands are there for like a good second, balancing it, right? And I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to take that kind of care and things. But overall, you're doing a really good job in explaining, or you're having content, right? I would just think about how do you package that content up in the right order and tell the right story, right? Because this isn't the broccoli starter kit. This is a broccoli sprout starter kit, right? You want to be clear that it's broccoli sprouts. And you got, like I said, you got all the pieces. You're taking photos, you're showing different things. But when I go through this, right, so you want to think about, well, let's just go through. Let's go to the beginning of the page again and just go through those photos in order and see what they tell us, right? So here, I got all these icons. And by the way, these icons, I'm not a fan of the inconsistency in them, right? This one's got a brown circle border. This one's got a green double circle border. This one's got a light faded out color where this one's a fuller, more saturated color. This one's got the text below it in a normal font, and it's not even centered properly. So each one of these is very different, and it lacks cohesion, right? And that leads to the amateur look of your brand. That inconsistency of how things are presented, which many, many stores do, and it's hard to do it well. But once you do it well, things come across much more strongly. Like, for example, let's just go to Authentic Vintage Posters. And here, everything we're doing is done with a color palette that is defined, typography that is defined, and we're really meticulous. Like, even on the Judge Me arrows, right? We're putting in our orange that we have on things. And our logos, our trust badges, this is an app of mine, by the way, they're all consistent in coloring kind of thing. So one of the things here is, most people do this, but if you could consistently, have them all consistent color, and maybe they don't have to be in the first page's infographic, right? I would actually put them separate somewhere else, but that's neither here nor there. Now, so here, I wanted to critique the images, right? So this says broccoli starter kit. This says broccoli sprout starter kit. I don't need to repeat the title twice, and the titles shouldn't be different, right? We've already talked about this guy. So this photo here, we need to tell people what they're getting, right? So I like that infographic one better, and then the value props and all that kind of stuff. Let's go to the second step. So this is the amount of the antioxidant sulforaphan per 100 gram serving. I have no clue what sulforaphan is. I don't know if that is an antioxidant. Couldn't care less. I've heard the word antioxidant before. I hear it's a good thing. And here I've got broccoli sprouts. Oh, they're good. But then there's this thing next to it that's even better, but I don't know what that is. So there's something better than the sprout guy, but according to this graphic, right? So this could be done better, and you got all this fine print down here, and it's hard to read with these little button things over it. And is this the right place to put this, right? What I want to see you doing in the carousel is talking about the product and letting people understand what the product is and how to use it and all that kind of stuff. The value prop stuff, for some reason, I'm working on like 6 supplement stores right now. And the crazy thing, and they're all owned by doctors and PhDs and stuff like that, and I tell each and every one of them every time, like, you fuckers got to learn how to talk to human beings in human being language. I'm literally, in another screen right here, Dr. Mark here, we're using AI to take his doctor speak on his products and turn it into 8th grader speak. And we're literally telling AI, take this content and rewrite it so that an 8th grader could understand it, because that's what, that's how people think about things. So maybe your informed customers understand this, but I would peel this back a couple layers. So I said this image shouldn't be here, but be that as it may. What is the point you're trying to get across here, right? And the point is that broccoli sprouts are way better for you, right? Do we really need to talk about sulforane per 100 grams? Or do we just have to talk about how broccoli sprouts are better, better, and show this graph of good, better, best kind of thing, right? Now, doing that in a clear, easy to understand way is hard, but if you spend that time and energy, this infographic becomes more, powerful for you. Now, if we go here to the next one, now we're just showing random food, right? So, the first photo is about the product. Second photo, benefits. Third photo, end result food. Then fourth photo, a more accurate about the product. Then the fifth photo, ease of use, benefits. It becomes kind of confusing there. And then, let's go back to that. So we got this 30-day money-back guarantee here. We got a 30-day money-back guarantee here. Another logo design that doesn't map to the other ones. Then we got food here. I doubt the food ones are really important, by the way. But that's just my guess. Then we talk about the bag of sprouts. Actually, I like the fact you're talking about the bag of sprouts. Once again, there's a phrase that people don't understand. What's missing in here is, and I saw it elsewhere, like, how many harvests of sprouts do I get? How many sandwiches do I get to make with this bag of sprouts? Kind of thing. this is a confusing product image because I hadn't seen the screen before. This looks like the Sprout thing. This looks, so I think some of these pieces aren't in the product that I'm buying, but it's not really clear. So the order of these, right? I would keep this more focused on the product itself, right? And then when you talk about the benefits, right? You could put that, in here somewhere, sort of like you have, review, review, review. You could have, benefit, 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 and then I would have a how do you do it kind of thing, which is this one here. I love the fact these are, images, by the way, right? Or videos, they're probably GIFs or whatever, or HTML5 videos. And I would think about up here, where's your infographic or whoever this person is? Let's call her Lori, right? Why isn't Lori talking to me and showing me in a video that's a minute long, just, putting all this stuff together into one nice long, infomercial type thing that shows up on the product thing? An image is worth 1,000 words and a video is worth 1,000 images. So then, a video is worth 1,000,000 words or whatever 1,000 times 1,000 is. Video is super, super powerful. And by the way, when you do video, talk in the video. So many people do videos and don't talk, which just kills me, right? Because it's the tying together of the moving image and the words that is very compelling and communicates so much more information than just a video or just words or just a photo, right? Think about all the things I've already said in the 21 minutes this video has been going on. And you could do, in a minute, get it down to a nice little, and I would actually have, 4 or 5 videos here. One about, what you get in the package, what comes in the starter kit. What are the benefits of Sprouts? And then that benefit of Sprouts goes on every page, right? Ease of use and, how to clean and all that kind of stuff. Recipes, whatever you want to do. Tons of little videos in here would do a really nice job in getting people over all the confusion that I'm having, right? So as we're talking about putting this together, you'd have photos up here about the product. You'd have a section about the health benefits. You'd have another section about how to use it, how to clean it, and all that good stuff. Customer reviews, absolutely love that. Not a fan of all the motion, right? Not a fan of that motion there. I'm not a fan of this motion. Now I'm on desktop. Most of your users are not going to be on desktop. They're going to be on mobile, so they don't have a hover effect. But lots of gratuitous, right? See, this thing moves here, and they move in different ways. So this bounces more quickly for some reason. This moves, right? Lots of motion going on. I always take as much motion out of a website as I can. Gratuitous animations are only there to make the web designer proud of themselves. But think about taking all the good content you got, putting it into buckets, right? Bucket 1, what you get. Bucket 2, the health benefits. Bucket 3, how to use it. Now, how to use may become more important than the health benefits because maybe your customers know that already, and you'll move that up or down on the page as you talk to customers and you test things out and those kind of things, right? But put like content together instead of, and that's my overall critique here of this carousel, is the types of content. There's 3 different types of content in the first 3 images. And that's what makes it confusing because you're going here, there, and everywhere, and it takes a while to wrap your head around those kind of things. Just reading. Yeah, see more animations here, right? Now, I had it noticed this strainer and this handle having color on it. Let me go back to this photo. I don't see the color on the handle because it's the wrong angle. I don't see the strainer on the top, right? Because I actually like, now let me go back down to that. So that is your logo, right? But so that's a sprout, right? So I can see the sprouting green part and the kernel or nut or seed part is brown. So your color on your product, your logo on your product is different than your logo here, right? even the color of green looks a little bit different. So you might want to make sure those are in sync to have that connection of your branding, consistency of it. And, here you've got this color. Like I said, this color is different than this color, which is different than this color of green, which is different than this color of green. And that's one of those consistency things. And then these icons up here are green, and these icons down here are not, right? So you always want to tie those things together as best you can. What I don't see here is your total number of reviews. So I don't know if these are actual reviews from a review engine. They look like it. I haven't seen that module before, but how many reviews do you have, right? So if you have 7 reviews of this, and let me just actually go back here. So, yeah, so see, 6 days ago, 13 days ago, 16 days ago, 1 month ago. So you're getting a review every month or two, or 1 or 2 reviews a month. I'm clicking here, and it goes back to the top of the page. Like, I don't know what's going on there. That is weird. Is that because each one of these takes me back to they take me back to the page. There's no need for this to be clickable like that. And it's got that animation thing I told you I wasn't liking. But what I was looking at here is the total number of reviews that you have is super valuable. If this product has 7 reviews, people are going to judge it way different than if it has 700 reviews. So whatever your total number of reviews is, you want to put that up here, right? So you want to show up here, you want to show your total review stars, 5-star reviews, 700 reviews, or whatever the number is. Okay, I just saw some other things. Yeah, I saw some other things we're going to comment on here. So yeah, I'm just going all over the place here. Apologize for that. Now I love FAQ. It's always good. The other thing I would throw into your FAQ here is, remember I said this page needs to stand alone. What you want to do is also show your shipping policy and your refund policy, your return policy. You don't have them in the footer, which is a huge negative. I don't see any of your policies, right? So Google's not going to let you send ads to your website. Maybe they are letting you, but officially they won't unless you're showing your privacy policy and your terms of use. You're going to make sure all 4 of your policies, shipping, privacy, terms of use, and refund, are populated. That's in the Shopify admin under settings, all the way down to the bottom in settings under policies. And then I would take that policy content for shipping and refund and show it here also. Now I just want to see in your checkout, do you not have your policy links there also? Yeah, you have no oh, there they are. So you have policies, you're just not showing them. Okay, cool. So you've got the policies already. Just go ahead and show them in your footer, and then also take that content and throw it onto the product page. Just for the shipping. Yeah, that's weird. I did not ask it to do that. Your website does funky things that I do not expect it to be doing. So that's the product page, right? Probably enough feedback on that for now. So I was just about to move on to the collection page, and I just remembered there were 2 more things I saw that I wanted to mention. And they were up here. One is, I'm here to buy seeds. And the other one, yeah, I don't know where that is. I thought I saw some other icons. All right, so on this one here, I'm here to buy seeds. Other than broccoli. So that becomes confusing because however I got to that page, right, that opened it up in a new tab. That's also confusing. Here, right, what makes you think that people are here to buy seeds when they get to this page? Right? If that's the case, you've done something wrong. And that's what we're going to be talking about here in a minute, right, is how to have more confidence that when people get to the product page, they're on the right page. So I wouldn't, when you get people down the funnel, right, you don't want to push them back up the funnel. You want to keep them where they're at and let them make their decisions. And They can always use the back button if they want to go back and try something else again. So I wouldn't have that there. Now let's go to your collections all. So this is all your products, 9 of them. We can sort by these things. We can price, probably not important. Availability, probably not important, right? So what you're missing are real filters, right? It looks like, if you add the search and discovery app from Shopify, it's a free one. You can have nice filters here you can add meta fields for things. Now, what I want to see here on this page, I also don't like how, well, not everything's on sale. I don't like when everything's on sale, right? It just makes you think that it's a marketing gimmick. Now, those things work, so, but it just becomes, it looks cheap, I think, sometimes. And if you're on a temporary sale, then that's completely fine, right? I don't see any promotion telling me that, but that's okay. And have I really unlocked free shipping, or does everybody get free shipping? Now here, on my collection page, you only got 9 products. That makes it super easy, right? So it looks to me, we got these Spout broccoli, Spout wellness warrior, whatever that is. Spout alfalfa, mung bean, Spout. So you got starter kit, right? So this one, I think, correct me if I'm wrong here, your only difference between them is the seeds, right? Yeah, I think the only difference is the seed. So if this product is the same as this product, and the same as this product, and the same as this product, except the seeds, why do you make the seeds a variant choice, right? So why don't you have one Spout starter kit, and they make a choice there that the seeds is the difference there? Because here, right now, I see these 4, right, and you got these way confusing images, right? And you've also got, remember I had told you how these are inconsistent? These little avatars or whatever you want to call these, right? They're inconsistent in their layout. These guys right here, they're inconsistent also, which makes it less professional, right? So I got this row of inconsistency, these inconsistent, lots of information. So I'm looking at this. What is the difference between them? It's really simple. Broccoli, I don't know if wellness is a mixed or whatever, but they're all the same. So take them to one page for the Spout starter kit and make them make the choice there. So the first thing they're choosing is, I want a starter kit. And the second thing they're choosing is what seed packet to get that starter kit with, right? And let me just see this one, because you need one that has, all of them, right? Get the bundle, but that's another conversation. Now this one here, the Spout, I'm going to guess the same, but I didn't see that image. See? Your freaking theme pisses me off, right? So this carousel is turned on. It's automatically rotating. Now here I go. I click. I want to see this image. I just clicked. I'm looking at that image, and it automatically scrolls. Let me turn the carousel off, right? Let me be in control of my experience, because when I'm trying to be, and then it's doing things that I don't want it to be doing, right? But what I'm looking at here is, so it looks like this is the same thing. So this, you have one Spout product, right? Going back to this page here. You can have one product, and the variant is seeds, and it can be broccoli, alfalfa, mung bean, wellness warrior kit, or none, right? And all of a sudden, these 5 products turn into one, and you have a one-product website. And that makes things easier for you, right? Because here, you have to explain the differences between these. And I'm now 34 minutes into your store, so I can understand it now, right? I'm looking at things, I'm reading things, and I'm seeing the word broccoli, and I'm going through the details and all that kind of. Your customers aren't going to spend that kind of time. They're going to go on the shop, right? They're going to land on whatever web page. You're going to go to shop. They're going to go, well, I got these, and then there's one down here, and it's hard to understand the differences between them. And there's these things, which are just little icons and avatars, where you're not showing me the product, right? What you should be showing me here is the seed packet. Why does that look completely different? I do not feel like I'm on the same website. Sproutspout.com, products alfalfa. Yeah, you see how, remember I told you the images over here is not normal? But I got used to that on your store, right? Remember I talked about consistency, these icons. Now I go to this product, and the image is over here, but the images scroll instead of having a carousel. There's an inconsistency in the way you're displaying images. And on this page, I don't like the You May Like, don't like any of these other ones. But once again, I think you have two products in your store. You got the Spout, and you got replacement seeds. So what are you here for? Are you here to buy the Spout, or are you here to get seeds, right? And seed market, I would call it replacement seeds, right? Seed market sounds like I'm planting pumpkin seeds in my garden or something. Let me actually see it. You see, there's a different look and feel, right? This is green. There's so much inconsistency here. I feel like I'm on different sites as I do these things. But the good thing is, two products. Spout, replacement seeds. And then it becomes easier to explain to people the decisions they get to make. When they come to your site, wherever they come in from, the first decision they're making is, are you new to the Spout? If so, get our Spout now and learn about the benefits of it. If you've been here before, get some replacement seeds, right? Or if you purchased from us before, go get your replacement seeds. That's a way easier decision, right? Because right now your decision is 9 things, and I have to understand all 9 of them. If you turn it down to there's 2 things, 1 decision, it's really easy. I'm new, and you could even have it, new customers, get your Spout kit now, right? Returning customers, get some replacement seeds. And then, on the replacement seeds, let's just drop into one of them again. I'm not going to go into detail on that one, but I would have, on the replacement seeds, I would have a variant option for each one of them. So all of these types are just variant options they can choose there. And I would also make one of those options a bundle of, however, is it 4 different ones? Get all 4 in a bundle or something like that. But that means you don't need filters here, right? You don't need any of this stuff, the sort bys and the filters and all that kind of stuff, because it's super easy to explain to people what your product choice is. New to the Spout, get your kit now. Returning customer, get some replacement seeds. Done. And that makes it super easy. And I would have that at the top nav, right? I would have it be Spout kits and replacement seeds. Now, that might not be the right terminology. It's just from looking at your store. That's what I'm thinking, right? So, yeah, usually I spend more time talking about the collection page and making a decision-making engine, but you got the really good luxury to make that simpler, right? You get rid of all this cute graphics and stuff and just make it drop-dead simple, right? You're either buying the kit or you're buying seeds. Forget all the, because I don't know if this is a seed. What am I getting? This image doesn't help me make this decision. I have to read organic, mung, beans, sprout, seeds. It's the last word in all of them, right? It's just too much work kind of thing. But I think you get the point there. So now, what I want to look at is your pages, your evergreen pages on your store, right? So you've got, let me just actually see what this one does. Yeah, see how confusing that is? It's the same thing over and over again, and now I got to scroll up and down and figure out which one of these is best for me because it's not clear. The only difference between them is the seeds, right? And by the way, do you really expect someone to buy this product under subscription? I can see the seeds, but are the kits going to be under subscription? That just seems silly to me. And then this one, yeah, you see how this feels like a different website than this one? We just, some color and the layout, like this big green margin here, or this one here, the margin is this big. All those little details and inconsistencies are making it a little more difficult and challenging. But the bigger problem, right, is the decision making, and that is an easy problem for you to solve, like we've already talked about. Super easy problem for you to solve, and I think that'll have a noticeable impact on your site performance. Recipes is probably just a blog. You only have 4 recipes. Yeah, that's not top nav worthy, right? And I'm not a fan of blogs in the header nav most of the time, anyways. See here, you got a video. That's awesome. And I like that you put the product there. That's nice. Oh, there's the Genius Daniel. I get to see a photo of you. That's awesome. Nice. You might want to have that on your product pages also. I like putting the face and the name down, right, and showing that legitimacy. Like, you're not some crappy Chinese company selling crappy Chinese products that are poisonous to people. You care, you're passionate. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. Just looking through your top nav, the free ebook. Yeah, once again, this page, the way it opened up, it was crazy. That there's layout issues there. But once again, this looks like a different, user paradigm here. Well, so you also have to remember that every page has one purpose, hopefully, right? This page's purpose is to collect an email address. Sell the ebook. Don't sell other things, right? And this, you know what I think about this. I'm going to assume it adds it to my cart and takes me to checkout. Yeah, horrible. But the more things you put on it, so remember, decisions, right? On this page, I want to see one decision. Do I want to leave my email address or not? That's the only decision I want to see. But now you've given me 1 decision, 2 decisions, 3 decisions, 4 decisions, 5 decisions, right? So you took something that was relatively simple and made it a little more complex. So simplify it again so customers only have one choice. Like, another great example is in emails. So many of my clients, they want to put like every possible scenario in their email. What if people don't want my main message? I want to give them, a link to my Instagram. Like, does anybody ever click your link to your Instagram? It never happens. Stop trying to predict. Stop trying to pretend. Here's the way to think about it. We as store owners are way too optimistic about our customers' desires to engage with our brand. They don't give a fuck, right? They have their own lives. They're not going to spend hours going through I'm 42 minutes into your store right now, right? They're not going to spend 3 minutes in your store. They're not going to, look at your average session time. It's probably 1:30 or less, right? So our goal is to get the main message to them. And you have one simple main message. Buy the kit, right? So on this page, where it's the free ebook, and this is a good strategy, right? Collect the email addresses, market to them later, all that kind of stuff. I'd love to see your welcome series. I'm sure it's awesome. But just keep this focused on just that, right? So your top nav, I would have just be starter kits, or Spout kits. I wouldn't even call them starter kits. Spout kits, and then replacement seeds, free ebook. That's it. Your top nav. Told you already about this free, unlock shipping thing. What I want to do is look at your evergreen pages. That's where we were. So, yeah, recipes and tips. It's probably going to be the same thing. Yeah. You need to boost that out, right? If you're selling a food product, you need to have dozens of recipes. And then the great thing is, if you make dozens of recipes, that gives you something to send out an email, right? So if somebody buys the broccoli kit and you have 5 recipes with broccoli, you can send them 5 emails over 5 weeks with your recipes and remind them about your product and keep engaging them and keeping them interested with new and unique messages, right? And then if you've got they buy the broccoli one, then you can send them an email saying, hey, you should check out our alfalfa replacement seed pack. And, look at all the recipes here that you can make with the alfalfa sprouts, right? So you can do lots of good cross-merchandising and re-engagement of people with this fabulous content. But move that to the footer, right? So what's missing here, right? We already talked about it. Oh, that's crazy. I don't have a footer on this page. Let me go to free ebook. I have a footer. Recipes. Yeah, are you using a page builder or something to make all this? because there's just so many different paradigms going on. One of the things I would do if I was you is I would just strip all the crap out that you got, all the add-ons, all the plugins. You're probably using one of the page builders and all that kind of stuff, and just go with a nice, good, solid theme. As you listen to my podcast, you know that I love the Flex theme, right? But there are other ones out there, but I would highly recommend the Flex theme. I also make a Flex Themes app, Sections app, that gives you even more tools in that toolbox. But enough selling of that crap. So what's missing here, right? We already talked about, let's go back to where we can see the footer. All right, so we already talked about the policy pages. You got to get those in. You already got the policy, so that's good. I would have policy pages. Now, what I want to see here in your footer, right? I want to see about. I want to see contact. I want to see recipes, and maybe a longer FAQ. So the about page, and that's, remember I told you I saw your photo. I was like, well, I'm going to talk about that later. What I want to see in an about page is I want to see a story about the humans. I want to see a story about you, Daniel. And if you're a family-owned business, or if you got a partner, business partner, whatever the story is, I want you to tell that authentic, real story about you as a human being. I want you to make a human connection to your customers. You're not a corporation. You don't have a mission or a vision. You're just Daniel, and you care about this shit. You care about your customers, and that's going to come across in that. I want to see a video of you talking in that, right? Showing that passion, showing that knowledge, showing that expertise. I want to see dogs. I want to see babies, because that makes you even more human, right? You need a good about page, and you're going to use that content other places once you build that. Now, you could also have a second about page that's about the process or the manufacturing. For example, oh, look at that. That's awesome. I didn't even see that. There you are. Let me just listen to this for a couple seconds.
Hi, I'm Daniel Lucas, and I'm the inventor and the founder of the Spout.
Oh, Daniel, that's fucking awesome. That is awesome, right? So I want to see that on your about page, right? So what page is this on? Oh, this is on your home page. Yeah, so make an about page. There's nothing wrong with it there, but make an about page also. Put that there. You're going to talk about you, how you got started. And like I said, you could have a second about if you wanted to. And that could be, about how it's manufactured, we're BPA free, or, OSHA certified, all those kind of things. If you're going to talk about your product in an about page, which I wouldn't because you only have one product, but if you were going to, make that separate from your people about page, right? So about, contact, recipes, FAQ if you're going to have that. If you have any press coverage, you're going to want to show that in a press thing. But you are missing that evergreen content, right? And that evergreen content is going to give people trust in your store, right? Because right now you're looking a little fly-by-night, right? You not that fly-by-night, because you have definitely created some content, right? You spent a bunch of time creating content. I see videos, I see infographics, I see photos, I see copy, I see multiple pages. But there's that lack of authenticity there that I just got. You saw me, in 3 seconds of listening to you, I had way more trust, right? So you want to do that a little bit better throughout the store. And that starts with that about page in the footer. So you're definitely missing some evergreen content. So now let's look at your home page, which we're on, right? Also just want to see, okay. So what I like this banner to be, right? And you notice I started at the bottom of your store, right? I started at the product, then I went up to collections, then we looked at the other, pages in your site, and then we went up to the home page. Too many people think about their home page first. I like to think about it last because it's not important, right? That said, it is important, and I'm going to talk to you about it. But people spend too much time thinking about their home page, not enough time thinking about their product page, right? In the home page has two purposes. Purpose number one, to let people know they're in the right site. Purpose number two, get people to click to the second page in their browsing session. So purpose number one is going to be accomplished by one thing, and that is a "You Are Here" sign instead of this banner here. So this banner should be a simple statement of what it is you sell, your value prop, your differentiation, so that when people come here, if they're looking for this, they're in the right place. If they're looking for that and you don't have that, they're in the wrong place. So, for example, if I'm looking, let's reverse that. Let me tell you what I think it should say, right? Grow your own sprouts. Start your journey to better health by growing your own sprouts, right? Something to that effect. Simple as that. I don't need these 3 and this and this and 2 calls to action. Just that 7 words or less statement, right, kind of thing. And some image, a nice lifestyle image, just one image, none of this rotating garbage, right? One nice lifestyle image that brings that point across, right? And what I could see that being is a person eating this delightful meal with your spout thing in the background or right beside them, kind of thing, right? And that would be a really nice photo. But that tells people when I come here, if you're looking to grow your own sprouts, you're in the right place. If what you're looking for is organic grown broccoli, you're in the wrong place. If you're looking for Nike sneakers, you're in the wrong place. Right here, we don't tell them what we do. We give them one of our benefits. We start them off on a shopping experience. So we're assuming they already know what we do. And that's what they care about. We got to take a step back, tell them that, right? It's sort of like when someone knocks on your door and they just don't start into the buy my vacuum. They're like, I'm from Electrolux. We sell vacuums. We have the greatest vacuums in the world. Would you like to buy one? Right? You're in the would you like to buy one without saying, I'm from Electrolux. We sell vacuums. All right, so that's that section there. Now, once again, remember, you only have 2 products. So this will be simplified. You got another video. Love that. What are sprouts? I like that. I'm not even going to read it, but I like the idea of what you're doing there. This is lots of value props. What is the purpose of this page? 2 things. You're in the right place. Click to your second page. You're trying to sell your product here, right? What you really need to be doing is building trust and getting into that second page. Now, I'm not saying get rid of a lot of this content. All I'm saying is like all of this stuff is probably better on a product page or some sort of benefits page if you do that second about page we were talking about. And I would, if I was you, by the way, I would do that second benefits page just to have a page that explains all the benefits of your sprouts without it being on the product page. You'll probably find that content useful, and you'll probably point to that in the future in campaigns and things like that. So let's go through your content. This will be simplified, but I love it being there. I like this. This is probably too much. Now you're trying to sell your product again. I like this. I would like to see the total number of reviews. Love this. Probably don't need your FAQ on this page. Probably want an email sign up here. I always put the email sign up on the home page at the bottom, and that's the only page I put it on. You can have the pop-ups like you do. And the reason I do that, if a customer's ever call you or email you and say, hey, I'm looking for your 10% off coupon, you can just go, hey, go to the home page right in the footer and sign up there. You don't have your payment icons, which is a normal thing that people do here. Let's look at your social. I want to see, that's a pinned. So you got video. So you're big into video, right? I want to see that on your website. I want to see it everywhere on your website. Let's just see what one of these looks like. All right, can you explain to me why the first thing I see on the Sprout Instagram feed is coffee? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. This seems like it's your feed, your Instagram site, not your brand's, right? Let's actually see if it is your brand's. I would put your logo here. It is your brand's. Takes you there. Yeah, I would make this about your product, not about your life. Now, don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean you can't bleed over into other things. You can. And maybe that it looks like you're doing more of what I am recommending than I thought you were. So I might take that back a little bit. Yeah, it does look like you're doing it pretty well. So I stand corrected. Oh, wait, did I see you on a stage? Like on an infomercial? Yeah, what's this? Yeah, I'm seeing Tampa News. So what I'm not seeing on your web. So remember we talked about trust, right? So let's go back. So let me just check one last thing here. This was 5 days ago. Yeah. What I want to see on your homepage is I want to see an Instagram feed, right? And there's a free app. There's a free level called InstaFeed. Add it to your store and connect it to your Instagram. And this is not to send traffic to your Instagram, right? What it is, I call it a heartbeat. What you want is people to realize, because we're trying to build trust, right? And if I see an Instagram feed and you posted content in the past 5 days, just like when I look at your reviews and I see someone left a review, hopefully more recently than 6 days ago in the future, right? But if I see they left a review today and you posted yesterday, then I have confidence you guys are selling products to other people. And if other people are buying it, then I'm going to buy it, right? And that there's probably somebody, a human body on the other end, who's going to fulfill that product if I put down my credit card. So you want to, put your Instagram on here. You're doing content. That's fabulous. I'm not going to look at the other socials. That's all good. Now, I do want to look at your cart. Yeah, I'm not going to critique that. It takes you straight to checkout. It doesn't take you to the cart. Let's see. We are in your store. So here, your Pay Now button is the standard blue. You have not put your colors on this page. You don't get a lot of control over, but you do get some control. You want to make this your colors. You get 2 colors, I think. You get the button and the highlight. Make sure you make them your brand colors. And you also want to define your brand colors, right? So let me show you an example of that. Let's go to Jade Puma. I have a brand guideline. So here's my color, right? So this is Jade Green, 00886B, right? And then there's, two tints lighter and 2 tints darker. And then on the color wheel, the blue and the gold are my other colors. You'll see them, especially in my apps, you see them. But you see here, like my buttons are those colors and that kind of stuff. You want to define your color palette, and you want to stick to it everywhere, right? So here is one of those places you want to stick to it. Because this, once again, I feel like I'm in another store kind of thing. All right, so now now we need to talk about your brand. Right? We've talked about your content, your flow, your decision-making engine. Now we want to talk about your brand. Spout, like I said, it's a confusing set of words, but I get why you're doing it. I'm not saying you should change that. I like the fact that you've got these, sprouts sitting here. I like them better on the handle of the packaging. And if you made that color match the packaging, I think that would be better for you in the long term. Even though I only saw one photo of that logo on your handle. I would actually show it more, by the way, right? Reinforce that branding thing in some of your imagery. I don't know why you're so focused on this angle thing, which I just find so confusing. But I would, and those colors on the handle to me looked brighter than these colors. These colors are dimmer, right? This color does not match this color, right? So here, right, this bright green here, 126, 211, 33. This one, yeah, it's a lot more blue, right? A little bit more green in there. Those are very different colors in my mind. I would not put them side by side, but I feel like this matches the logo one better. So I would update this, the logo on the product. I would update this to those colors on the product because your product's also baked, right? It's a lot harder to change those colors where it's easy to change this color. And then I would build a color palette off of those colors. So you're going to have a brown and a green, right? And then you'll have a brown and a green, and you'll do some tints off of those. I would find a red that matches whatever your green color is. You can go to the color wheel and figure out which shade of red works well with your green kind of thing. And then I would use that. So let me show it to you here, right? So like in the Flex theme, the way it works is you get 2 button styles, primary and secondary, and then a third one for add to cart. Now your theme might not give you a unique add to cart color, but if it doesn't, I would do it manually in CSS kind of thing. But what I would want to see is when I'm actually adding to cart, I don't like the buy now buttons, but when I'm actually adding to cart, which I'm going to do here, I would change it from this green color, because everything's a green color, right? I would make it that red, and that red's going to be brighter than any other thing on this page. So it's drop dead simple to me where the action to add it to cart is. And it should only be in that one place, right? Now, if you want to call this one add to cart, that's fine. But by the way, you're not going to do that because we're going to be adding seeds up here. And you're going to want your customer to choose the seeds that's best for them. And we don't know if they've chosen the right ones yet down here. So we're going to send them back up here to make that choice of what seed packet to add to their product, right? As I think about it, you can use the Shopify Bundle app to do that really well, to manage inventory and stuff like that if you're managing inventory in your store. So we're talking about your brand, right? Starting with your colors. So I would use the brighter ones that match your product, come up with some tints off of that, because it's not just, on my store, on this one here, we do it here a little bit, right? So here's my gold, right? So I got this, rich saturated green, blue, and gold, but I don't use that everywhere, as you can see here, right? So this lighter gold is what I use here. And you can see here we're using darker ones and lighter ones. So pick your colors, stand by them, and do a red that's off of your colors. And then apply them to everything. And then also you want to define your fonts, right? So your typography. So this font here, I'm just going to look at a couple fonts and see what they are. Computed font family. So that's Lex and Deca. This, which I've never heard of, so you're doing custom fonts. They're all Lex and Deca. That's good consistency so far. Lex and Deca. Lex and Deca, nice. Now let's go to that free ebook page. Yeah, so you've got a font that you're using consistently. That's nice. The one thing I would add to that is in your banners. I wouldn't do it on all your headings, right? But I would start with your banners and see if it's too much or not, right? But I would start with your banners, and I would use this font or something really close to this font. Right now, I'm guessing this is an off-the-shelf font, not a custom-made icon. I'm guessing that because the poor way the R overlaps with the P there. But if you could add that font, what I would do is here in the banners, like I said, not in the headings, it'd be too much. But in the banners, I would use that font, and I would also use the same color, whatever green. I think it's going to end up being a brighter green. I would do that there, too, to tie the two together a little bit. Now, what I'm looking at here is capitalization. See, it's the details, man. So learn how to Sprout, right? Capital L. So this is sentence cased. Why Sprout? Buy now. Those are title case. So I was looking at, it looks like your cases are consistent, and that was the first one where it's not, right? So you're doing better than most people, by the way, but you want to be consistent everywhere in those little details. And the crazy thing is, I think most people don't see the things that I'm pointing out right now, but they sense them or they feel them, right? When you tighten everything up and make it super consistent, it just feels different. Like the store that I built a couple of years ago now, these guys here, they were relentless about consistency and branding. And their product page, it only has one flaw that I haven't touched the store in a year or two. They hired an internal person to work on it. I can only find one flaw on this page now, right? And it's this link right here being blue. Everything else is just relentless in consistency of their brand guidelines. And it feels so much more right when it's done that way, right? And that's what you want to get to. And it takes time. It's not easy at all, right? All these different apps and things we're doing. But it's those little details. See that, and that hover thing that I hate, right? It just feels funky. Those little details are the things, if you keep focusing on them, are really going to help. I just want to see your YouTube channel now. And before I see that, I want to see how many followers you have.
Most people have no clue that in 2024, the best way to make money with Amazon is not with physical products.
On YouTube,
it's Amazon's other company.
What kind of content you do there. You have how many videos? 20 videos. So the amazing thing about, there's so much you could be doing here. Yeah, so the amazing thing about YouTube is it's the number 2 search engine in the world, right? Google's number 1, YouTube, owned by Google, number 2. More people are searching here for your solutions, your products, than are searching on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. So building out more content here is going to help you, right? So every video you're doing, you want to put it up. See, you probably have a lot of shorts then? Yeah, it's mostly shorts, right? And then the crazy thing is Google puts on page 1 of every search results page the top 3 videos. And I don't know if they're all from YouTube, but they look like they are to me, right? So if you start doing more video and putting them on YouTube and your website, you're going to pop in search results. So let's say you have the recipe for, a high protein and antioxidant breakfast wrap, right? And people are searching for that. Let's actually just see. That's a great term to do. Let's do a search. I would not have been surprised if you had popped up here, right? But see, that's what those aren't the videos. Where are the videos? Right, there we go. So by doing, and you never know which videos are going to pop and which aren't, kind of thing. But by putting that out there, you're going to make great content for you and your website, and you're going to have another piece of content from a different source, YouTube videos versus your website, to compete in this competitive world of search results. Now, before I go, I want to look at. Let's see if I can just find the note you sent me. See if I've answered your questions. On another screen, open up your order. Yeah, so you're worried about your conversion rate. Now, a conversion rate of 2 to 3, totally get that's important, right? I have a client right now with a conversion rate of 14, which is unreal. And the problem is they're not marketing their freaking product, right? All of their customers repeat. Everybody loves her product. They keep coming back and buying. The fact she has a 14% conversion rate means she's not doing her job well. I'm not saying your conversion rate shouldn't be higher. My point is, conversion rate is just a number. What you want your conversion rate to be doing is increasing over time. But if your conversion rate is too high, you want to draw in more users. Like I have one client, his conversion rate was 8% 2 years ago. Now his conversion rate is down to 4%, and he's making, I think, 6 times as much money as he used to, because we've grown his traffic so much, right? So, but at a 0.78, I agree with you, conversion should be the goal. We want that number to come up. Just looking at what else you said here. Yeah, 1,000 subscribers on email is a really small number. You just want to keep working on that. The fact you're not converting them. Well, so here's the thing, right? How are you getting those people and all that kind of stuff? Your product is very niche, right? So, and I always say riches and niches, but you also have to market to your niche. So you're looking for people who are healthy eaters, right? Care about what goes into their body. They care about taste, and they make their own food. And probably people that are super healthy make their own food. All my friends that are super healthy, most of them make their own food. But you also probably get a lot of, looky-loos who, are aspirational but not there kind of thing. One of the things I would think about for you, which would be really good, is the possibility, and I don't say this often, but the possibility of influencers, right? Getting a lot of pretty people, some healthy people. I have, one former client. Let me just show it to you. Core Essentials. They sell these ratcheting belts, which are kind of cool. And what he did for years, Carl was his name. What he did for years was send out a free belt to a YouTube channel. And his belts are ratcheting, so they hold up guns really well. So a lot of people buy them for guns, but they have dress belts also, kind of thing. And every week he would just send out another, video or another product to a YouTuber. Now, if we look here for Core Essentials, in the past couple years, his content is popping up more. So he's purchased that one. There he is. There he is. But this one here, so a lot of them are just reviews of the Core Essentials EDC, breakdown. So he's done a lot more content since I worked with him a couple of years ago. But it used to be, this one here. This is the one I remember. 7 years ago, 272,000 views, right? He would send these things out, and these people would review them, put up their, and so they have their own following kind of thing. And he, every week for years, and he got so much traffic from that over time. And it's one of those things that takes a long time to build, and you just got to keep doing it. But I could see in your space, right, finding the people on YouTube, and I think YouTube's a better place to go for this than Instagram, right? Because you just saw it here. Where was that guy? He's still showing up 7 years later. On YouTube and TikTok, they're gone, right? YouTube lasts forever. And YouTube is a little bit longer format, right? So there's more education going on and people understanding things better, right? He's explaining the ratcheting system there kind of thing. So, if you were to stand out, find some people who are your target audience of growing their own food at home, eating super healthy, send them, maybe you send them an email first. I'd love you to, check out my product, try it out. And if you like it, go ahead and, do a video on it, kind of thing. You might find that as a good source, A, for content, and B, for affiliates, traffic coming in, influencer traffic coming into your store. It's just one tactic I would think of. The next thing to think about that we haven't looked at is let's actually see if your Google Merchant feed is working. So I'm going to go to your starter kit. Wow. The button on the page takes me back to the page. You can do better than that. Let's go here. This is the product name. So I'm just going to do an internet search for this. Now, you should be showing up here, and you're not, which we'll talk about. So you're number 1, which you should be. You're number 2, that's good. You're number 3, that's good. Your images are showing up. At least, there's your product right there. So I don't know if that's a free or a paid one. So we'll go to shopping. Yeah, so you're not showing up here either. So do you have Google Merchant set up? Is it working properly? I would expect to see your product showing up here in the first 1 or 2 rows. And if it's not, you got to figure out why it's not. And then once it is, then you start paying to be up here, and that would also help you pay to be up here. Right? And that's all done through Google Merchant and Google Ads. That's a great place to start your journey. Now, I don't know why. I don't know where these come from here. About the source. AI is picking that somehow. I don't know what that element is. But this is Google Merchant and Google Ads, and you want to make sure that's all connected. And there's a Google app in Shopify that you can do. It's called an online channel if you're not doing that yet, kind of thing. But those are a couple ways I would think about starting to get qualified traffic. So the problem you have right now, I don't know how many users you're getting, but with a 0.8 or 0.78 conversion rate, A, your site's not converting. B, your customers are the wrong customers, or your visitors are the wrong customers, right? So you want to work on both those. We spent a long time talking about how to improve your site. Now you want to think about how to find good quality traffic. So going after people searching for broccoli starter kit, broccoli sprout starter kit, doing shopping ads, right? Instead of advertising on TikTok and Instagram, those are the unintended shoppers. These are the intended shoppers. Start there first. Do Google shopping ads, do Google ads, do remarketing, all that good stuff. And go find influencers on YouTube who are very focused in your niche. Give them free product. Ask them to do, and you'll fail at that a couple times if you've never done that before, but you'll get the rhythm down and start getting that content that you can use, and that's just also out there on the internet spreading good word for you. And maybe you give them an affiliate link or something like that also. So we had started a conversation about brand. I think we kind of finished it. We talked about colors and typography, consistency. We talked about how graphics are all inconsistent. Just show you another thing here, right? In my brand guidelines, we actually show down here somewhere, brand imagery. So I actually use store owners a lot in my brand imagery, right? And then, there's my colors, and we're just showing how we do certain things, iconography, consistency in them, and all that kind of stuff, right? Consistency is super important in your brand. And it makes you look more professional, which is going to help you in the long term. All right, so that's what I got for you today. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. If you made it this far, thanks for watching.